Okay, so hey, welcome to your weekly corner, Späti. It is me, Ciarán. I'm joined by Nick.
Hello.
We are reporting live from we've landed on the name of ARCTCOM.
ARCTCOM, yeah, that works.
Yeah, Greenland Special Operations.
No, it would be Arctic Command is what it would stand for.
Yeah, Arctic Command : Greenlandic Special Operations.
Exactly. Yes. Me with shorts and a gun.
Yeah.
In Greenland, very cold.
Yeah, I'm fully decked out in the Rhodesian uniform because Nick Fuentes told me I should.
Yeah. Watch like some groiper manage to like redesign the military's I'm about to say jerseys, like they're a fucking team.
Yeah, why not? Like, hey, fuck it. I'm okay. We need to introduce ourselves. I am Joint Senior General Warfighter Gup Dupley. I have been spearheading the operation of handing every person I see in Greenland a fiver until I don't know until we annex them, I guess. And I'm here with I don't know. What's a good?
I was going to say Chet You Betcha, but that's the fake. That's the fake TV moderator from Fairly Odd Parents.
Absolutely, that's what Americans' names sound like to me. Chet You Betcha. Head of
CIA operator.
Everyone's got like what are those titles that the IDF give to like their 18-year-old like admirals or whatever?
Oh, they have? I don't fucking know what like Supreme Bedwetter, like what?
Yeah, senior admiral brackets ice.
Yeah,
both the Environ and the agency.
It is like, speaking of ice, like it is. I don't know if we've ever mentioned this on the show before. I mean, obviously because they're getting a bunch of like, ice. We're bad. But it is just very odd to me that it's like the Department of like the law enforcement agency that then literally is the easiest to join is this one. Like it is. ICE was always kind of the thing of like, oh, if you were too stupid to make the police department, they would hire you.
Have you seen
probably not.
No, the new Dropkick Murphys song.
No. That's too fake Irish for me, first off, also too East Coast for me.
Yeah. Like what's I like the Arizona equivalent is just like I don't know, some like grind metal band. Like what is the Arizona equivalent?
I don't know what the Arizona equivalent is because it's such an odd state. Yeah. I mean, like I'm trying to think of like the only like big artists that have ever come out of Arizona. And the only ones that I can think of are I just forgot her name. Fuck. She won like American Idol one year. And then it's just like shit like Kelly Clarkson, but Kelly Clarkson's not from Arizona.
Yeah. That is true. That is like
this is pissing me off. Who Jordan Sparks, that's who it was. Jordan Sparks. That is who else is from Arizona that then's big? I mean, what? And then you have just like a bunch of like weird bands that are like kinda ish big, like Jimmy Eat World is from Arizona.
That's fair, but I often kind of I guess when you say Kelly Clarkson, I imagine Arizona then in the canon of like American states with all the edges smoothed out. Like in the sense of like it's just
it looks like this, Ciarán.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, literally.
No, it has very clear. This is literally a coaster in the shape of Arizona, Ciarán.
It's square.
It is pretty much a square, yes, with then the Colorado River on the side.
But I mean, like, in the sense that, like, Kelly Clarkson strikes me as like mall music.
Yeah.
Like it's very
Arizona is good at mall music, I feel.
One of the kind of like states. I feel like Colorado falls into this. Utah is like this, but like to the extreme and has fallen out the other end.
No, Utah just makes like shit like for Mormons that then for some reason are really big for whatever reason.
Yeah, you're kind of like, like all the hot people look exactly the same.
Yeah, you're describing the Western United States.
Yeah, I think California and Oregon and Washington. Like as soon as you get like the coast, it kind of comes out the other end again of like New York, where we're going to be kind of like weird within ways. Like
yeah. I mean,
like everyone is like,
you're talking about a large portion of the country that no one talks about for very good reason.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
Like, what do you know about Nebraska? I know nothing about Nebraska. I'm from the U.S.
I think I think I saw someone from Nebraska in 90 Day Fiance.
Yeah, that's about right. That's like the claim to fame of a lot of states.
Yeah. So based on that, they're really into Moroccan men. That's everything I know about Nebraska. But okay, speaking of countries other than the United States and their interactions with them, we got to talk about just
the world.
The world, trying not to get like steamrolled by events as we record this episode. Like for the last bonus episode, I did put in a womp womp noise when one of us said that we don't think the United States is going to intervene in Venezuela.
Yeah, we really got that one wrong. I mean, we're not at liberty to predict things. We're very bad at this. The corner Späti record of predicting things is like 0 to 20. To be fair, it's like it's to our benefit. They're very stupid world events. They're like, really? Like, come on. Mm-hmm. You really think it's a good idea to invade Ukraine? Oh, you think it's a good idea to invade Venezuela?
Yeah.
Statistically speaking, as the libs that we are, bad idea.
Yeah.
I crunched the numbers. Turns out war bad.
I haven't looked at the numbers yet. I'm pretty sure war is good. Just, gut feeling. Yeah. So God, where do we start with any of this? I enjoyed the headline, just slammed up on Politico.eu. EU chief diplomat Kaya Kallas. World's woes means it's time to start drinking. Which is, I love when like the head of foreign affairs says that. That's good and reassuring to hear. So yeah, cool.
I mean, it's not like she needed an excuse probably to begin with. Like with someone as just unprofessional as her. Like, I just wish that more European diplomats were upfront about it the way that Jean-Claude Juncker was. Yeah,
we need to go back.
He came to work drunk all the time, and we didn't care.
Like a kind of like Return with a V. We go back to the time of like when Europe dominated the world, and everyone who was doing that was just day drinking and absolutely blasted on like wine and beer because we hadn't discovered coffee yet.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Now you gave Europeans uppers, and it's not okay.
It was like, I see that headline, right, from Kaya Kallas, and it's just like, I'm not a Kaya Kallas fan. No one should be a Kaya Kallas fan. She is terrible in everything she does. Miserable failure of a person. But then I see what the equivalent of her is saying in the States. And I'm like,
wait, who is the equivalent of her in the United States?
Well, like, okay, so
wait, is this? Yeah, no. I saw this. This is bad. Go on.
Yeah, this is so obviously you have the State Department, right?
Yeah,
and then like the face of Europe is too gay and Muslim now from the American State Department. is a one Under Secretary of State Sarah B. Rogers. She be Rogerin. Chet, you betcha ass fucking name. She was the one who came out with the fucking comment of like, oh my god, let me see if I can get this. Yeah. I don't know what this is. This is a part of a long conversation she was having on X, the everything, including pedophilia app. Germany infamously retains very few Jews, yet imported barbarian rapist hordes, as an American, I'm allowed to call them that, under Merkel. Even today, Germany suppresses political opposition who point this out. You guys will say this is because of quote-unquote Jewish NGO tentacles, or whine that Hitler, brackets, who destroyed his country.
Yeah, they always do this. The thing I love about... Sorry, go on. I'll add my little 2 cents to this. Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Yeah. Wait, hold up.
Let her finish.
Yeah, as a European podcast, wait.
Hitler, brackets, who destroyed his country, close brackets, is treated too harshly by history. You will say this because you're dumb trash who prefer to promote conspiracy theories rather than ascribe Germans, or anyone else, agency over their own country's future.
What a wild, like, this is the thing too that I really love of, this is the end point that we have ended up in, that I think a lot of, and people can get mad at me about this, but a lot of like woke politics have also like been promoting the last like decade. And this isn't to say that then that these are like, it's a horseshoe theory thing, but now that the right has adopted this language of like, oh, give Germans their own agency. It's like, no, I don't want to. Like, why don't you listen to German brackets racist voices? Yeah, because they are objectively wrong and stupid.
Yeah.
There is the thing that then I am not pro freedom of speech. So don't give me this whole thing about you need to listen. I do not want to listen to them. And I do love the little tip, because Candace Owens does this too when she talks about Hitler. She's like, oh, Hitler destroyed his country, but he wanted to like do something good. It's like,
well, her point was like, she liked his, interior ministry, but not like the foreign policy. Wasn't that her thing?
Yeah. Which are like, any moron who knows anything about the 1930s and 40s knows that these are like intrinsically connected to one another.
Oh, absolutely. We're enslaving everyone in our country that's like Slavic or Jewish.
Let's enslave more
building
people.
Up the land we're annexing.
Yeah, no, it's just that there is this is the thing too, is that then it's like, while I think that then it's like the nitpickiness of the left is a bit annoying and demoralizing sometimes. You do have to be stupid to be a right winger.
Like, this is your equivalent of like debating the legacy of Trotsky, is shit like this.
No, yeah.
Like,
it's like
responding to someone on Twitter who's got like National Socialist in their name with the
right.
Like, literally the comment she's responding to is just quoting, like, direct response to her is Jews let the Browns in. And I'm like, time for spirited debates.
Yeah, yeah. Wait, what was the person's name? It was like National Socialist something or whatever.
It was National Socialist of, and it's cut off now.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Coward. Won't let me know what he's the National Socialist of. But yeah, that's the thing too, right? Is that it's like we have ended up in the era where then like many people within the Trump administration are just open Nazis. And like, I love this idea of the like literal pedophile death cult being like, oh, you know what Germany's problems are is migration. It's like, no, like, I think you have your own set of your entire administration should be turned into like mortar so that then we can build, nice things with like
one house. Just one really
one
big
house. One big room full of bad bitches is what I've been saying.
But then it's like, yeah, it's like, I don't even want to ascribe this to the failure of woke, but rather that like
no, it's not the failure of woke. I'm like
Yeah.
you're misquoting me on that. It's just that like the right has learned, like the thing about it of that then this like this very intellectualized kind of method of agency that then a lot of woke politics do is now being done by the right. Like it's that thing when we saw the like
it's a co-option.
Yeah. It's like when we saw the thing of like what is it, the Goethe Institute doing a land acknowledgement for Berlin.
Yeah, I think the more extreme example of like shit, like language from broadly the left and academia and stuff that like trickled down from academia into maybe like slightly more common usage.
Yeah.
Then getting co-opted by the right. Like this kind of reminds me of, and like what you're talking about here actually reminds me of the fact that like Gunther Fellinger would describe Russia as being decolonized rather than balkanized. Because like decolonialism is viewed broadly by the left as a good thing.
Yeah.
You've made it weird. Like
it's like a friend of mine wrote me the other day that like they were at a bar in Germany, mind you, and they were like, someone was like yelling about like, oh, you German colonizer, this and that and that. And I'm like, there are some people that just should have like never learned this vocabulary because you can't be yelling that in the middle of Berlin.
Yeah. There's like, at a certain point you have to acknowledge that like there is like, because that's also what like Gunther did with like Russia, of just like you have to acknowledge there is like I agree that Russia as it currently exists is kind of like a contiguous empire in the sense that like what's happening in like the North Caucasus is probably maybe should be its own country, maybe the Far East, etc. But Russia does have a core territory. There is a place that Russians are from that exists prior to any kind of like eastward expansion. And that still would probably be like a country of like 100 million or something. And it would probably like, because that's not the aim when Gunther does this shit.
Well, it's this thing that then's a very like this very liberal idea then, and I think that then that the left gets caught up in it a bit too much as well with then like anti-colonial decolonization, this and that, where it's the idea that then that like everyone needs their own sovereign state, and it's like no, like that's a bit ridiculous. Like
I'm based on the activities of the last couple of weeks, I'm like, everyone does need their own sovereign state, but like an actual sovereign state, like North Korea. Like everyone needs a nuke.
Everyone needs a nuke, and they just need to not be bothered. But it's like, it's in the sense of like, sure, yes, should something like Greenland be independent? 100% agree. It is a colonial like leftover thing. It not leftover. It's still very much a colonial holding of Denmark. But should Russia be turned into 100 small pieces? No. That is like a million civil wars on top of each other.
Yeah.
And it's not to then say that then that like, the anti-colonial movements in Africa and this and that then weren't, obviously like bloody struggles, but there was like a different kind of Marxist understanding of it too. And in the sense of like with breaking up breaking up Russia would be very much just under like, we would just get these very racist individual nation states.
Well, it's also like kind of ignoring one huge aspect of Africa's decolonialism, which, moves into neocolonialism, not even touching that, but still, is that like they didn't choose those borders. Like the borders of a lot of African countries, most of them, I'm pretty sure, I think Ethiopia is probably like the only exception, was like decided by an outside force.
Ethiopia, though, still claims Eritrea for the exact same reason.
Yeah, right? But this is the thing of like, none of these countries kind of like decided.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Built any kind of identity. And it's like, right. And that's kind of like bad. I mean, we'll deal with it because I don't know any alternatives or proposed solutions to that would probably be worse. It would probably just be a lot of like skirmishes in Africa over territory. That would be like disastrous and would kill lots of people or whatever. But it's like, you can't go in and impose borders or like even just like, okay, we celebrate the decolonialism of Africa, But ideally, we're looking at countries in Africa that like said, look, we acknowledge that we are multiple peoples. We speak multiple languages. We have been thrown together by colonial forces, but everyone in this country is going to have dignity and
yeah. I mean, that's
like,
the thing that then I think is massively different with a thing like Russia or whatever, right? Is that then it's like there was the acknowledgement of then like the Soviet project. Like the Soviet project acknowledged the sense that then that the Russian Empire was made up of a bunch of different ethnicities. It also became one of its weirdest points when then it had like the passport system broken down by ethnicity, which is a very funny thing to then see old Soviet passports. But nonetheless, yeah, like there is an entire,
yeah, like that whole thing of like what like Korea-san was kind of a failed thing within there, and there was also like the Jewish Autonomous Oblast, which was like, yeah, there's actually a lot of Jewish people in the Soviet Union. They seem pretty happy actually just living in like Moscow, though. Like we don't need to send them somewhere else. Like not every ethnicity, religious group, or language needs its own territory. It's not necessarily how you think about things. There was also like a bunch of like ethnicities that were cut out of this process because their language and culture wasn't viewed as distinct enough. I think like famously like the Livonians, which were like a group in Latvia, and they were just like, because it was kind of like Latvia, and they were like, no, you're just a part of that. But like, and that maybe doesn't matter, but it matters when it's just like everyone gets a state or an oblast or whatever. Anyway, we're getting off topic here because you're right. This is like a weird weaponization of this kind of language. It is also
to be pro Hitler. Like that's it's not even at the end of the day that it's trying to like do like a little bit of like dog whistly fucking right wing shit. It just is like it is doing the like kind of lib talk in order to be like, and that is why I think Adolf Hitler was based.
And then like weaponize, I think, is the right word because it does feel like a toddler holding a gun.
Which is a lot of the United States.
Right? Because it's like, yeah, because so like someone who would use this language in the left and would talk about agency and like narratives around countries and stuff like that wouldn't even engage with this, or like wouldn't take seriously the idea that someone believes in like Jewish NGOs controlling like the Great Replacement, because they know, I think anyone on the left knows that that's not the point. The point is just the violence towards these people, whether they're the like Muslim, Syrian, Afghanistan, like immigrants coming into Europe, or the Jewish people in Europe. It's all just an excuse for the violence towards them. And like, you can go around and show big charts and make convincing arguments and yell at a podium disproving the Great Replacement theory.
Oh, it doesn't matter though. Matter. Yeah. And it's the thing too, is that then it's like, I think it's very telling in the sense of a couple of weeks ago where Trump was just like, oh, we keep getting all these shit people from Somalia. We want good people from Europe or whatever. And you're all like, dude, like, it is just this point of just like, like, one hilarious thing too, that then it's like exactly, you bring in all your fucking dipshit droop friend scoop from fucking South Africa and you treat them like shit too.
Yeah, treat them terribly. Well, they're African as well, I guess. So
yeah, right.
But this is the thing, like the flow of immigration from Somalia to the United States was a blip. There isn't that many Somalians. They all came over in the 90s.
Yeah.
There hasn't really been that much since. They're just angry at Ilhan Omar. I'm pretty sure. Like it's just that. I love the kind of like denial of reality, or like will not confront any of this, because do you see the clip of someone trying to show Trump the video of Good being killed by ICE in Minnesota?
No.
Minneapolis.
I bet he took it very normally.
he was just like, oh, like, you know, he's in all this thing saying all the kind of right wing points of like, oh, she was bad, you know, shouldn't have gotten the crossfire, should have obeyed orders, blah blah blah, and people were like feeling like, no, the orders were conflicting. She was being pointed at with guns by masked men. She didn't know what to do, and then like they try to show the video, and he just kind of goes stone silent and goes like, I don't want to watch this. Like he's like, it's just really like he genuinely seemed like repelled and disgusted by it, like any human would be, but is just completely incapable of making the connections between the stuff I do and say with reality. Because he also had that with like, didn't he also have that earlier in the year with like, we have to send troops into Portland, and it turns out like the footage he had been watching was from like a riot in Thailand.
That sounds about right.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, it was a riot somewhere in Asia that like had been presented to him in some capacity, probably on the internet, as like, this is Portland right now. And that got mixed in with like, oh, this is Portland during like the George Floyd uprising. And I was like, well, that was 6 years ago now.
Yeah. That was during COVID.
Yeah.
It's been going on the whole time, Ciarán. You're just unaware of it. You're not tapped into Portland the way that I am.
I'm not looking at Truth Social's depiction of Portland.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my fucking just like, actually an AI minion told me that we have to bring back the Third Reich.
Oh, I've heard that. Yeah, but it literally, what was his comment after all of that when it had been pointed out? It was like, I don't know, I'm not watching the same stuff. Am I not watching the right stuff or something like that? He was just like genuinely confounded that like,
I just find it so hilarious too that a man that has pretty much like, I mean, there are very few things that the president is not allowed to know. And just that he's like, nope, I'm gonna just scroll fucking Truth Social all day to get my information. Like it is. There are so many moments where the Trump administration is far too American for its own good. Like, yeah, instead of getting like debriefed on something, and I'm not to say that these people aren't like, you know, fucking goons and goblins within the like, you know, apparatus of like the U.S. state, but it's like, yeah, it's like, oh, I'm not going to listen to like it was like the thing too, where like, I forget when it was. I don't know how much truth there is into this because it was one of those stupid fucking books that then came out during Trump 1 where everyone's like, oh, Trump's a big dummy, where he was just like throwing away like top secret dossiers and whatnot, like in the toilet and stuff like that. Like,
he had the huge fucking crates, moving boxes of like stuff in his shitter. And also grossly overlooked because the photo of his like Mar-a-Lago toilet filled with all the like you know, boxes of folders and stuff was revealed. Huge aspect of that grossly overlooked was the fact that like it had carpeted floor.
His bathroom?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Like up to the toilet.
That is
horrendous.
That is her, like, oh god, that nothing makes me more disgusted than whenever I see a carpeted bathroom.
Weirdly low toilet as well, I feel like.
Well, I mean, that's healthy.
No, okay. Well,
the one thing, I bet Trump is a dude who's really into like his BMs.
Yeah, considering the amount of like McDonald's he eats. Sure.
Yeah. But then like that's the thing too. He like probably eats like shit, but he's like, oh, but I have to have a squatty potty.
Yeah, because he's also a bit of a germaphobe, isn't he?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So like, yeah.
That's why he likes McDonald's so much.
It's so representative of America.
It
right?
really is.
It's of weird
exactly.
Shit.
You know what else is representative of America? War. We still haven't talked about this yet. It's been half an hour. We've just been gossiping about our boys in the Trump administration.
I mean, it's all preamble of just like, this is like, how did we get here? And I'll tell you how they put 2 podcasters in charge of the FBI. Like,
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
And one of them quit because he thought it was too hard. He was like, I'd rather be a podcaster.
Yeah, I do like. I find it because it's very weird in the sense of then coming off the back of, you know, Europe sitting in the cuck chair, being like, we're monitoring the situation on Venezuela, which was egregiously.
The cuck stool is fry.
Yeah, the cuck.
It's not free. I'm. Yeah. So fucking happy.
Exactly. And it's like after we had then just like Europe being like, well, you know, this is an American matter. We love the Monroe Doctrine, yada, 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 yada. And then like now them being like, oh, we don't like the idea if the United States is going to do military action in Greenland. We're going to send like 8 people collectively.
Okay, but you fail to consider this, Nick. What if those 8 people are like really good? What if it's like
I thought about that. Don't get me wrong. Of like Germany sends their 13 best consultants.
Yeah. Like,
you know,
I am McKinsey. Like,
yeah,
the guy's last
exactly.
name is just McKinsey.
Just
Hans Gruber McKinsey.
Yeah, I don't think that the US could handle that. But it is very funny when they're like, yeah, Greenland, we stand with you. What is it? The UK sent 1 person?
1 person, yes.
The Netherlands also sent 1 person?
I think they've upped it to 2.
Okay,
which is
wow.
important because as someone following the Blue Sky pointed out, you gotta send 2 because that way you can print we're sending troops.
We're sending troop.
We're sending troop? No one wants that.
Yeah, Germany though, powerful military country. 13 boys,
yeah,
or gals, or they thems. I don't know. Maybe the German military.
13 grist for the mill.
Yeah. Did France send anyone?
Yeah, France is.
France has sent 10,000 troops.
Nuclear submarine. That would be great. Yeah, just Emily from Emily in Paris's head, like on a pike as like a warning symbol in like Nuke. We have sent how you say Mad Max contingent.
I mean, like, if any country were to do it, it would be the French. To just like,
yeah, like I can imagine
out.
like the giant car, the giant Citroen, like being driven down the ice field as just like Daft Punk ripped the sickest set on top of it. No, it's looking bad. They've committed to like sending stuff now, but the I believe the specifics at time of recording have not been released of how much they're sending. I think these various European countries are basically quietly deciding amongst themselves, like, how many of our soldiers could die and it not be an incident.
Yeah. Yeah, the US is going to give all of them Havana syndrome.
We finally figured it out. We found out the way to make people feel kind of like easy and make their tummy upset.
I mean, well, like, yeah, like the US has known how to do that for a while.
Oh yeah. We're gonna MK. We're not here to fight, guys. Anyway, have this refreshing tap water. It's definitely not been laced with some MK Ultra shit.
No, but you see, the thing is that then the European mind post 90s has been actually unknowingly making themselves immune to any level of drug based psyop shit.
So,
because those 13 German consultants are freaks.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. They're how ChatGPT awarded McKinsey and Co. like a plaque for using the most tokens or whatever on a ChatGPT. That was all one German guy. Like 90% of it was. Anyway, this is from Al Jazeera. Several European countries, including France and Germany, have begun deploying soldiers to Greenland in some sort of response to Donald Trump's desire to annex the island. This is a 2-day recognition of the territory exercise. Is the name of the name of this operation, during which a quote symbolic act, soldiers will raise the European Union flag.
That's so fucking lame.
Yeah.
This is why no one takes you seriously. I mean, brackets except for France. Like, you need to send. This is like this is the most evil military in like human history, and you're gonna just like do a fucking flag raising ceremony when they like just displayed like pretty much like, from at least what like leaked documents have been showing, high-tech experimental warfare against Venezuela in like the night that they like, kidnapped Maduro.
The latest in wife kidnapping technology.
Yeah, no, like
I still can't get over they took his wife as well.
That's wild, yeah. I mean,
fucking nuts.
Also, yeah, like that just whatever. That's a whole other different level of absurdity, but like have you seen any of the reports of like what people were like claiming with like the Venezuela thing? So like apparently Venezuelan troops then like have reported that then before all this happened, the United States just like has technology that just like sends out like air like sound bursts of like stuff to like not just to incapacitate people and this and that. Apparently then also like have allegedly new weapons that then can like fire more rounds per second, whatever shit and this and that.
Yeah.
All that cool fun stuff. And then like fucking Europe is like, oh yeah, like what'll stop all that? A fucking Boy Scout ceremony.
Yeah, well, actually, what you don't know is that flag is rigged to explode. If you get near it,
I mean, maybe Europe gets the sense, of maybe they've been like reading up on like their Mao and like Che Guevara of like, oh, actually, like guerrilla warfare is something that the United States can't react to very well, and
yeah, two things, which is
the flag is an IED.
There's actually a member of the Viet Cong under that flag.
Hell yeah.
He's gonna fuck shit up. The two things, which is like, first, I really do enjoy what's become a bit of an internet meme explaining the Trump administration, which is everybody's 12. I'm not sure if you've seen this explanation that like everything the Trump administration is doing right now is the idea of a 12-year-old.
Oh yeah, it's like Trump kidnapping Maduro, thinking that then it's like I have your king, and then nothing has happened. Like the Venezuelan government's very much still intact.
Calling like having a big assembly of everyone in the Department of Defense, changing it to the Department of War, calling them war fighters and saying no fatties, 12-year-old behavior.
Yeah.
But one of the ones that you just mentioned there is like, yeah, every bit of like supposedly new or quasi experimental tech they have, you gotta use it because it'll be sick, man. It'll be like,
oh yeah. This is shit that then that like my dad will say of like, the like borderline conspiracy brain shit, but it's also like probably true of like, the military has this technology. And I'm like, yeah, they probably do. You're not wrong, but also like, name me a war that they have won.
That's the thing. It's like this is a lot of stuff that the military will research, or Lockheed Martin or whatever. Like MK Ultra was them trying to figure out mind control, for fuck's sake. So like, yeah, like they are trying this stuff. It's just that like usually after 5 weeks of development and $200 gazillion poured into it, they're just like, it can't really work. We got something like halfway to what we were trying to do.
Oh yeah, no, of course. I've been going down on the most unfortunate realm of YouTube, which is gun YouTube, which is very interesting, but all of them are probably Nazis. And it is just like, it's even in the sense too of that just something so fucking stupid. Like the United States has been trying to replace the M4 as like the main service weapon of the military for like 20 years now. The billions of dollars that they have just thrown into nothing I mean,
it's like, but it's also it's so indicative of their like entire mindset, because it's just like, but why? Like it seems to be doing fine. Just make them again, make newer ones, not like new and improved. Just make like give the soldiers an M4 that was like recently made.
Nope. You know what we need to do? We need to. I mean, currently it's actually the M7 now, but yeah. No, we need to. I mean, it's the thing of just like just procurement constantly. Like we need to make economy go big. Just give, which is the funny thing too, is that then it's just all money that is going to like European companies, which is even weirder. Like there's not like an American company that then is like designing this shit for half of the time. I mean, like like Raytheon and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. That actually leads nicely to my second point, which is sometimes I just get these small indications that Europe does kind of know how fucked it is, but just keeps trying to buy more time.
Yeah, by sending 12 people to Greenland, I think is very much an example of that. Then fuck.
Yeah. Because like the two things that actually make me think this, right, is legally this is not financial advice, but because I think I do have to legally say that. But European arms company stocks are still just going absolutely bananas in this, and compared to their American equivalents, which are just not growing nearly as much. So I think quietly, maybe without much fanfare, but you know, the information is there if you want to see it. The whole buying European weapons thing is still, and developing European weapons is still kind of happening. Like those articles that came at the beginning of the year about like most of the Danish military is American made. We basically all kind of know hush hush that Americans have kill switches, or they could fuck with the software that like makes these things operate. So the Europeans are like slowly, basically that, and the all the various European governments are very quietly moving away from American software is another thing that I'm seeing.
Yeah. I think that this is something that we talked about last week, of that Europe currently is in the weird phase where they're very good at spending money for defense things, but they don't actually understand defense. So it's
more money means more defense.
Yeah, exactly. It's this thing too that we talked about last week of like everyone loves pointing to like Rheinmetall as being like this like big winner of the German economy, especially post Ukraine war, because everyone is stuck in like the 1970s or the 1940s thinking that tanks still matter, when it's like when you ask the Ukrainian military, they're like, these are fucking useless. Either half the time they get turned into like a small howitzer, or they get blown up by a DJI drone.
Yeah, like,
or
so
even the thing too when we were talking about the drone stuff a while ago, of like the sense of Europe is investing all this money in like drone warfare, but not investing money in like how to defend itself against it, because
they're slowly like the problem that I have with all this is it really does seem like it's Lyle Langley from fucking Simpsons, the monorail man, who's just like entirely driving all these conversations, because now the buzz in your kind of like Daniel Ek, like Merchant of Death startups shit is drone walls, right? The concept of being able to create like a invisible, I guess, like wall that basically prevents drones from entering a area. I don't know how real that technology is. It sounds kind of fake. But
what if it's AI powered, Ciarán? All right, now, like, what if it's AI powered?
What if it's AI powered and I threw $2 billion at it?
Yeah. Then it works, right? Yeah,
it'll work.
This economy's real.
But like, it is that kind of shit where it's like, okay, they're slowly starting to get the defensive thing. The point I'm making though is sometimes I see this evidence that it's like they acknowledge that a break with the United States has to happen, but they just desperately do not want it to be a quick and dirty break. They want slow, meticulously planned, safe, everyone's pensions, all of my weird investments that my husband made in Russia are all fine. Like that shit. They do not want, also because they would suck at it. Like they are not meeting this moment at all. Like I think the only person the only people meeting this fucking moment is like Spain and Slovenia. Like weirdly enough, everyone else is just like shitting themselves, and they would look even worse if it had to be a hard dirty break. They would look even more inept, which might be inevitable, because I think if Trump does anything with Greenland, like anything that would be like, was reading in like Reuters, they're talking about like possibly offering to pay the Greenlanders like 10 to 100K each just to join the United States either as like a Puerto Rico situation or like a Marshall Islands thing of like you're technically independent, but there's a what's it called, a compact of free association between the two countries. And it's like if that happens, if troops on the ground happen, like I think Europe will be forced to have to deal with the quick dirty break. And I don't think anyone is actually like able to do that except maybe the French far right.
Yeah, because they have like still, unfortunately, the like well-minded is the wrong word because they're racist. But the like the true French anti-Americanism is still very much attached to them.
Yeah, and there is like weird freak incredibly like attacks Maloney from the right style parties in Italy that would also be willing to do the same. I was reading like Politico's reporting about like talking to some people from the AFD that are like it's slowly becoming a conversation that like America is becoming increasingly unpopular with the average German. We cannot be seen to be pro-American.
It's very odd though within that party though, especially because it is kind of their biggest thing as of late had been like being very, like they brought Elon Musk on to speak at their Parteitag, and they are very pro-Trump. Like it is a thing that then is like, I'm very confused in their sense of why don't they like this? Because it's kind of like everything that they do like the AFD, just as like the German right is in general, is very cucked with the United States because they like see the project, they like see the big picture.
Yeah, it's a weird thing of like, but I think the underlying like the unsaid part of like the nationalist international was we were never meant to fuck with each other. And like if that's broken, then like it stops. And like it could just be like cynical politicking. I think the one that's like probably the most fucked actually is like Nigel Farage. Because like the entire time Nigel Farage was an MEP, he wanted to be an MP. Like now that he's an MP, he spends the entire time wanting to be prime minister, and based on his actions, as soon as he becomes prime minister, he wants to be someone who's just like a regular talking head at like I don't know, MAGA Fest or Turning Point or some shit like that. Like,
oh yeah, what's the big one? CPAC.
CPAC,
yeah.
He's
CPAC Hungary, the event that we forget happens every single fucking year.
Ugh. I mean, he's been getting attacked from the right pretty consistently for this entire year about how often he goes to the United States and just gives little talks. Like he's just been like weirdly absent from British politics.
This is exactly back to my initial statement at the beginning of the show. It's like in order to be in this like realm of conservatives, you have to be stupid. Who the fuck would go see Nigel Farage of all fucking people? It's like I'm just watching a less charismatic Jeremy Clarkson speak. Like,
yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't need that in my life.
The only thing that offers this audience, like the CPAC audience in the United States, is like the entirety of that like conservative Inc. project is to make a bunch of kind of like people who've been turned crazy by like American right-wing media to make them feel less alone.
Charlie it's Kirk like it's their Disneyland. Yeah, it's like you go there and then there'll be like stands on like, oh, here, reenact Guantanamo Bay or whatever as like a guard. I'm being serious.
How would you do it? Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking of Bay of Pigs.
Oh like, yeah, sure, that as well.
Bay of Pigs escape room. But it's the thing of like the whole point of Charlie Kirk was to make a bunch of old people who like grandkids would no longer speak to them, make them feel like, oh no, it's just your grandkids. Like the youth actually do.
Yeah, look at this good boy saying exactly what I want him to say.
Yeah, and that's just kind of what all the like right wing leaders from countries that are not America are there for. It's to make them feel less alone in the world. Like our movement is spreading, but like the entire rub of that is like, you would do that job by just being in the room and waving. Like if someone just goes like, that's Nigel Farage from the UK, he's ready to take it. He waves and like, job done. you don't need to go up and speak for 30 minutes or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing though too, is that then it is, but this is, I mean, the bizarreness of conservative politics is, I mean, I know in the sense that then it's like, it's very normal in like the US or whatever, right? Because I'm aware of the like milieu that is, you know, the average American wishes death upon the rest of the world. That's fine, just so that they can like go to Target in their Crocs or whatever.
Yeah.
But it is like something that then of coming to Europe, and yes, I know it's like my age group, and I know it's the city I live in, and this and that, but it is like it is very interesting how it's like localized to these places that then I don't like. It's very weird to come across like an AFD person in the wild, you know. And I know that they exist, and I know that they exist in large groups, and I'm aware that they exist in the areas that they do. But it is very much a sense of that it's like, yeah, sure, like a lot of these, like, you know, because it is so just people getting their brains melted from the internet, a lot of it is then also then the thing that, yeah, I mean, has me question the sense of that, oh, is it really as well connected as people make it out to be, or is it just a bunch of very like bored people who then, because I mean, like, yeah, sure, they have like the like Montags demos or whatever that they do and this and that, and they do come out and they do show up and this and that. But I know in the sense of it's like the younger group of people that then are voting for the AFD like don't have friends.
Yeah, I think something that builds that quickly can also be torn down pretty quickly. It's probably fairly fucking fragile. In much the same way, although at a much smaller scale, FDP. Like, FDP is also like, there's no real social base to the FDP.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the sense too as well. I think when we see that, I mean, it's an odd example because it's still a conservative government, but it's like when Greece made Golden Dawn illegal, it wasn't like they just like came out. I mean, there was just like everyone and their mom wanted to pretend that they were the like rightful successor to this Nazi party. Yeah. And like it wasn't very successful. Yes, of course, the Conservative Party hopped on that move to become more conservative or become more right wing, but it wasn't like the whatever. I think the Golden Dawn was like 13 or 15% by the time that they like were made illegal.
Right wing party has really taken that.
No, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I've got two other things that we should talk about regarding Greenland before we leave. Also, I want to say we're talking about Greenland because this is a European podcast, but like Iran doesn't seem great right now. Fucking Sudan, everything with the genocide in Palestine is still like ongoing. Just saying that, we're fully aware. It's at a certain point I've been asking at what point do we call this World War III? But I don't know.
I mean, when Iran strikes Israel, sure. Again.
Sure. Oh, then, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But they can get struck as many times. It won't be World War III. All right. So, got that. Two kind of funny moments. One that completely missed me by. U.S. Ambassador designate to Iceland, Billy Long, chat you betcha, is off to a great start in his new would-be job after he was heard earlier this week referring to the country. This is new ambassador to Iceland. After he was heard earlier this week referring to the country as the 52nd U.S. state.
Hell, Go off, King.
With himself as its governor in a conversation with senators on the sideline of his confirmation hearing. So, fun to think about. What weird territories?
Wait, did he actually say the 52nd state?
Yeah.
That's so
with
tight.
Greenland being the 51st being implied here.
But who's the 52nd?
Oh, Iceland.
Oh, okay.
He's the new ambassador to Iceland.
Oh, Iceland. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
They're making a fucking sweep.
Like, I mean, sure, fine, whatever. If you want, like, this is the thing too, is that then it's like, I don't think any European would want to become part of the United States just to know that your country is just going to like rot. Like
Oh,
nothing. Like
absolutely.
yeah. Like what is? Oh wow, the United States has a bizarre outpost for no reason out in the middle of nowhere. That then also like Iceland with a pretty vibrant social democratic tradition. Sure, we can criticize things about it all we want, this and that and that. Imagine getting Icelandic people to be like, now actually you have no health care anymore and all your services don't exist.
Yeah. But you can order the most rancid coffee in the world from an app.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. You can get the Black Rifle coffee app delivered to your door.
I mean, this is the thing that like I hate like this whole topic because it makes me like I feel like I'm being pushed into the corner of like defending Danish colonialism because
well, I mean, like, yeah. It's like the thing too of like, I mean, because you briefly mentioned like Iran, right? And it's like there's like with Iran and Venezuela and this and that and all this stuff is that then it's like, well, yeah, like I don't want to come off as a psychopath, but it's like I do not think that the United States is the most like, sane actor in all of this right
now. No, like it's going to be bad. Do not put your faith in them. Because it's like, it's just this thing of like, in one sense, I think this is a huge tragedy because I think before any of this really happened, before this escalation to what it is, I think the general mood amongst the Danish people is like, Greenland will be independent. It is a matter of time. It is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. And they all kind of seem to be relatively chill with it. Like the far right in Denmark at the time didn't seem to be particularly concerned with like colonial holdings. They weren't like the French were about like Algeria. They just don't have that because I don't think I think Denmark has kind of accepted they're not really a world
actually player. Ciarán, I hate to break this to you, Denmark is going to be testing nuclear weapons on Greenland.
Yeah. But then like I think they're going to be pushed into this position. I think the threats towards annexation of Greenland is going to make the Danish people or like members of their political establishment more like colonial or like entitled to Greenland. I think the conception that most Danes had was like they'll become independent, but they'll kind of like we'll have a relationship with them like we do with like Sweden and Norway, where things are just kind of chill. And like we can go to their universities, they can come to ours, and we'll try to be nice about it, blah blah blah. And like I don't think anyone like I'm trying to find more reliable voices on like Greenlandic independence. I don't think anyone in Greenland wants to become a part of the United States. I think they also like as much as they hate Denmark's legacy in Greenland, they fully acknowledge that like it's a step backwards to just get annexed by a new country.
Yeah, especially that country being the United States.
100%. Like it's not like they're going to let you become independent. Like you do the like smart kind of like JFK decolonialism thing where it's just like we're going to support like all these countries breaking away from European powers, but like so that we can gain favored client status with them as Americans. They're not even trying that. They're just like, no, you're gonna be like cold Puerto Rico. Yeah. Also, I just want to say last thing is Marco Rubio and JD Vance met with Danish Foreign Minister Rasmussen and the Greenlandic equivalent is a woman called Vivian Motzfeldt. And disastrous interview by a bunch of like diplomats who were present for it. They're just like, yeah, JD Vance just like fucking hates us, and it's probably because his book didn't sell well in Europe or whatever. But there is just a great
what was that fucking
video.
book called again? Oh yeah, Hillbilly Elegy. I forgot about
Hillbilly
that.
Elegy,
I always forget that he's that loser.
Yeah, right. Anyway, it's just followed by the greatest video of just in the middle of like Florida looking kind of cold because people forget that Florida can do that. Where like the Danish foreign minister, the Greenlandic foreign minister, just like outside of a car, just absolutely blasting cigarettes after
Hell
that meeting.
Hell fucking yeah. I support this attitude.
They're just like so stressed. which is funny.
I just sorry. Now you got me hung up on Hillbilly Elegy, and now I'm thinking of the sense of that. Then it's like, I really wish that his mom chose crack over him. Like, that's, the one time where crack cocaine is better than your child is JD Vance.
The man, like, it's just like, it's so obviously daddy issues. Like, I know it's not good to psychoanalyze people, but it's just like he's trying to make Trump his father, and it's weird. And he's such a, I hate that he scares Europe because he's such a fucking loser. Anyway, with that, that has been Corner Späti. We have one thing to promote. Hey, it's Monday, and on Thursday.
Yeah. If you're hearing this before the 22nd, which you should be, because you should be on time with all your Späti.
Drop everything.
Yeah, drop everything. Listen to Corner Späti on Mondays. On the 22nd, that is the Thursday of January, obviously. So if you're hearing this a month from now, then you've lost. January 22nd at Café Engels at 7 p.m. I will be hosting a talk. It'll be a good time. It is free. Did I mention that it is free? We'll be talking about the Palestine movement in Germany. That's a fun topic, right? We have a few previous superstars from the show coming to be on the panel. We got Lucas and Hano, and then we also have one person is still up in the air. I know, not the best for promoting this the day of, but it'll be a good time. And also Rosa Gary Perez will be joining us as well to be talking about the like legal aspect of things. Anyway, it'll be a fun time. Come by, say hi. If you do come, I want this to be very clear of that. Then I do not want this to be a boring discussion. So I want this in the sense of that. Then, unlike an academic thing, if you hear things that you like and whatnot, you can hoot and holler in a respectful way. And I want it to be a fun time. This is something that we're trying, a new thing that we're trying. I hope that we can do more of these in the future. But let's see. So it would be nice to have a nice turnout. And did I mention it's free?
Yeah. If anyone says Staatsräson, you can boo.
You can boo them. Whatever you do with them. Otherwise,
don't boo them. Just boo the word, the concept.
No. You can. No. Oh, I thought you meant the person who's coming who's pro Staatsräson.
No, but like it's gonna come up, right? You can't talk about this.
No. Yeah, boo the word. Don't boo the nice people. But if there's someone you don't like saying that, then that's up to you. I wouldn't know why they would be there.
Why'd they come to our concert?
Why did they come? Yeah, why did they come to our thing just to be a little heckler? That'd be funny. I would love that. Yeah. I wish we had haters. I mean, I know that we do, but like not ones that would actually like do anything. They're all like at home playing on Reddit or whatever.
Reddit is my favorite game.
Yeah, come out. It'll be fun. Café Engels in Neukölln. It's free.
Yeah.
Link will be in the description.
So, with that, we will catch you on the bonus feed. Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye.